Have you ever finished an entire meal and realized you barely remember eating it? One moment your plate is full, the next it's empty, and all you remember is the video you were watching. Maybe it was YouTube, maybe Netflix, maybe a few quick social media clips. For millions of people, eating without a screen almost feels uncomfortable. Some even believe food tastes better when they're watching something. But why? Is it just a modern habit, or is something much deeper happening inside your brain? The answer begins long before smartphones, television, or even electricity. To understand why your hand reaches for your phone before your first bite, we first have to understand how humans evolved to eat. Imagine standing on an open grassland thousands of years ago. As the sun begins to set, a small group of hunters and gatherers returns to camp. Some carry berries, others bring meat from a successful hunt. Everyone gathers around the fire while food is carefully shared among the group. There are no notifications, no videos, no glowing screens. Eating isn't simply about satisfying hunger, it's a moment of connection. People share stories, watch each other's expressions, prepare for tomorrow, and stay alert to danger hiding beyond the firelight. Meals strengthen relationships, build trust, and help the group survive. Your brain evolved in that world. Now compare it to today. You're sitting alone with a plate of food. Before taking the first bite, you instinctively reach for your phone. You unlock it, open a video, and only then begin eating. It feels completely normal, but to your ancient brain, it's something entirely new. For almost all of human history, eating demanded your attention. Today, that attention is divided between two powerful rewards: food and endless entertainment. Every delicious bite activates the brain's reward system. Thousands of years ago, this encouraged humans to keep searching for the calories they needed to survive. Modern technology discovered another way to activate that same system. Every interesting video, funny clip, unexpected fact, or endless scroll gives your brain another small reward. Neither food nor your phone is the problem by itself. The real change begins when your brain experiences both together again and again. Food and scrolling, meal after meal, day after day. Without realizing it, your brain starts building a new expectation. Eating no longer feels complete without a screen nearby. You never consciously choose this pattern. Your brain simply learns it. And once that connection becomes strong, something surprising happens. Sometimes the screen becomes more interesting than the meal itself. Think about the last time you watched the movie while eating. Did you notice every bite? Or did your hand simply move between the plate and your mouth while your eyes stayed locked on the screen? Attention is limited. Your brain can't fully focus on everything at once. When most of your attention is absorbed by fast-moving content, your awareness of the meal begins to fade. You still eat, but you experience the food differently. Researchers have found that distracted eating often causes people to eat more than they intended, not because they're hungrier, but because they're paying less attention to the signals their body is sending. Normally, your stomach, hormones, and senses work together to tell your brain when you've had enough. But when your attention is constantly pulled toward a screen, those signals become easier to miss. It's like trying to hear someone whisper while loud music is playing. The message is still there, you just don't notice it as quickly. Over time, another change begins. Your brain starts linking food and entertainment together. Psychologists call this association. The brain naturally connects experiences that happen repeatedly. If two enjoyable things always happen together, they slowly become part of the same pattern. That's why popcorn reminds many people of movies, why pizza feels connected to watching YouTube, or why sitting down for dinner without a phone can suddenly feel strangely incomplete. The food hasn't changed, your expectations have, and that's exactly how habits quietly take control. The brain also builds what psychologists call a habit loop. It begins with a cue: you feel hungry. Almost automatically, your hand reaches for your phone before your plate. Then comes the reward: enjoyable food combined with entertaining content. Your brain remembers that combination and starts expecting it every time you eat. Eventually, the habit becomes so automatic that it no longer feels like a choice. It simply feels normal. But here's the fascinating part. The human brain is incredibly adaptable. Just as it learned this habit, it can learn a different one. The first meal without a phone may feel surprisingly quiet. You might find yourself reaching toward your pocket without even realizing it. A few minutes might even feel boring. That's completely normal. Your brain is adjusting to something it hasn't experienced in a long time, giving its full attention to the meal. After a while, something unexpected begins to happen. You notice flavors more clearly. You become aware of different textures. You naturally slow down. You recognize when you're actually full instead of eating until the plate is empty. Most importantly, you remember the meal afterward. That's not magic, it's simply what happens when your attention returns to where it belongs. For most of human history, meals were never background activities. They were moments of connection. Families gathered together, friends shared stories, children learned by listening to older generations. Even quiet moments around food carried meaning. Today, those moments are often replaced by glowing screens. Instead of noticing the people beside us, we watch strangers online. Instead of enjoying the smell and taste of fresh food, we wait for the next video to begin. Technology itself isn't the enemy. Your phone isn't evil. In fact, you're probably watching this video on one. The real question is much simpler. Who is getting your attention? The meal in front of you or the algorithm behind the screen? Because attention is one of the most valuable resources your brain has. Wherever you direct it shapes your experience. Your ancient brain never evolved for endless scrolling. It evolved to notice faces, enjoy food, build relationships, and pay attention to the world around it. Those instincts still exist today. They're simply competing with technology designed to capture your focus every second it can. So the next time you sit down to eat, try a small experiment. Leave your phone untouched for just one meal. No videos, no scrolling, no notifications. At first, the silence may feel unusual, but if you stay with it, you'll begin to notice something your brain has been missing all along: presence. You'll hear the sounds around you, smell the food before the first bite, recognize when you're satisfied, and fully experience a moment that usually passes unnoticed. Millions of people give away that experience every single day, not because they're weak, but because the human brain naturally learns from repetition. The encouraging news is that repetition works both ways. Every distraction-free meal teaches your brain that food alone can be satisfying, that conversation can be entertaining, and that silence isn't something to escape. Small habits rarely change life overnight, but they quietly shape who you become over time. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors gathered around the fire. Today, many of us gather around the screen. The world has changed, but the brain inside your head is still carrying the same ancient wiring that helped humans survive for thousands of generations. Maybe the next time you reach for your phone before your first bite, you'll pause for just a second. Not because someone told you to, but because now you understand why. If this video changed the way you think about a habit you do every single day, subscribe for more documentaries exploring the hidden psychology, evolution, and science behind ordinary human behavior. Sometimes the most ordinary habits have the most extraordinary stories behind them.